How you doing, darling?
I'm good.
Looking very bright today. I love the hair. I love the makeup.
Okay.
Is this you on a regular day?
I think so. But today is no regular day. I'm here.
Yeah. Today is no regular day. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you
for
having
coming
me.
through, because I've heard your music for a while.
Okay.
And you've been doing this for some time. How many years in music so far?
Okay, so I entered the music scene in 2018
Okay.
with my debut single, Juju.
Hey, first single, Juju. Please, first of all, what is Juju about? I don't know what Juju is about. What is Juju about?
Actually, Juju is a very long time story. Back in my university days, I was in a relationship that when it ended, it felt to me like I didn't know what was going on the whole time. Because I couldn't really understand why I was in that relationship. So I felt like, could this guy have done
based on a
something?
true story? Yeah.
Could this guy have done something that I didn't know? Because I mean, he's not even my spec. So that inspired the song Juju.
Okay, which uni, may I ask?
I went to Kenya University.
Oh, okay. I mean, I love Kenya University. Shout out to everyone out there. Shout out to I've got a lot of family there. Okay. Whenever I'm talking to my boys, they're like, Penti no get size. No, my boys are like Penti, like Repo, but it's all love. It's all love. So this was in 2018.
2018, yeah.
And you're dropping music in school?
No, not
or
in
was
school.
It?
That was after. I mean,
after school.
Yeah, after school.
Okay.
But I mean, I traced that memory to write the song in 2018. Yeah.
Okay. When you were in school, did this music dream exist to any extent, or was it after?
You see, the truth is, most people who are my friends or colleagues were very surprised to see me doing music because it was not part of my itinerary at all. I was a politics girl. Like, I was into politics.
Wow.
I'm not kidding you. I was into student activism. I was my faculty general secretary. Like, you know, I was actually went for SRC secretary.
Now you're piquing my interest. Very big switch.
Yeah.
At what point did you decide, okay, I'm going to focus on music? Was it something that was always there, lingering in the corner? Did you just discover, did you see someone performing and like, I can do this? Was it your voice? How does switch come about?
I went to boarding house my whole life.
Okay.
I would say my whole life because I went to boarding house in class 1.
Wow.
Yes. I mean, I don't know. It was at a time when parents, I don't know, there was a time that parents felt boarding house was the ish thing for kids to go to. So they wanted their kids to go to like prestigious boarding house. I don't know why though, but I ended up in boarding house at class 1. So during my holidays, I watched TV a lot.
Okay.
And I was watching Beyonce, the Brandies, and I knew I wanted to be in the spotlight, but I didn't know what exactly I wanted to do because I had too many talents at that time. Like, I was so good in like fashion, like I was so good in sketching, I was so good in drama to the extent that I was I write and direct my drama in church.
Talent overload.
Yes, so it was so difficult to choose what I wanted to be in the future, but I knew I will be in the arts.
Okay.
But somewhere, somehow, I'm also very outspoken and like kind of have this leadership stuff. So automatically, I found myself doing that in school.
So did you put that to the side a bit, as in the creative side of you? Because you said, you know, you were heavy into politics, into activism, into public speaking, I'm quite sure. So again, was the creative side of you put aside a bit?
It was put aside. People didn't know. The only time I can say that people got to know a little bit will be when I was in secondary school.
Okay.
So I was part of the arts club or whatever it is, and we used to write poems and songs. So I used to sing the songs that I write because I like to sing naturally.
Okay.
So when people, like my friends would be like, oh, I know that song, it's by Beyonce, right? But I'm like, no, I wrote it. They're like, oh my God, you did? I'm like, yeah. I didn't even know I had a voice. That's the truth. I did not know I had a voice. So this is the story. You know, in secondary school, when you get to the final year, we sneak in phones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't.
Okay,
I don't know what to be talking about. I didn't. Well, you guys did.
Oh, please, you did. I'm sure you did. So we had phones in school where, you know, they talk to the people and stuff like that. So I was singing one time when a friend was on a call, and then the friend told me that the person on the other line says that what song is playing on the radio. It's like my friend is singing. So I think that might be the first time I actually noticed or even had a realization that I had a voice. So, but still I didn't pursue it till after university.
What made you wait? Were you nervous? Per what you said, I don't think you're a nervous or a shy person. I'm assuming. But bringing that out, was there some hesitation as into how people might respond because they see you a certain way and you're going to make music? That was something we're thinking about.
My parents were the first people I was concerned about because I had brought to their attention that I wanted to be a fashion designer when I was in secondary school. My dad said no.
For fashion designing?
Yeah. So I was like, music, dear.
Bro.
He's going to disown me. So
was he just strict? Was he just a strict dad or he was scared? Because you know sometimes in this space, it can seem like, especially from the outside, it's very tricky. You hear people taking advantage of both guys and girls. We hear contract issues. We hear ladies being abused. We hear all these stories. So maybe that was his perspective.
You're right. My dad was scared. Because I remember at a point in time, he sat me down and told me that music is a journey that a few people make it. If 100 people started, about
entertainment.
About 10 people will make it. Also, what makes me think I can make it? And also, he wants to set me on a path that he knows that I'm going to succeed. But music is something that, I mean, he was also scared. He mentioned, my dad had history. He was mentioning history of like past musicians abroad, pop stars who went into drugs and stuff. So
I mean, he's not wrong though.
He wasn't. So he was afraid, and also he had a dream for me to like be a lawyer and stuff. So it was too apart. You know.
So now that point is coming. So let me ask you this before we get to the conversation. At what point did you say, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life? Because you spoke about fashion designing, your drama, which we're going to come into and how that has influenced, you know, your artistry. But for the music, at what point were you like, nope, I am going to do this? Whether it's the conversation that is going to be difficult coming later, you shooting your first music video, the first song. What was that moment for you?
I think it was after school.
So is this after university?
After university. I just felt like, okay, Dad, I've done what I can for you. I've completed university now. Please let me do what I want to do by myself. As of now, I regret so much. I wish my dad had allowed me to start music at a very younger age. I mean, I think it would have helped, you know, because for me, I started music at a very late age. Like I said, finishing university before I could even decide to. I felt like I'm grown now. I finished university. And then I also decided I'm moving to Accra. So you can stop me, you know, that kind of thing. So I moved and then I decided I want to pursue music whilst I'm trying to find a job. So when I started finding jobs and I got one, then I started following bands around to see how they play, you know, that kind of thing. And then also learn how to do live performance because that's what I was interested in. I love live performance. So, yeah, I felt like...
How did the conversation go?
With my dad? It never happened. It never happened. He
doesn't hear a song?
He just vibed into it. Like, it got to a time there's nothing he could do.
Was he disappointed? Was he annoyed? Was he surprised? Because I think...
Surprised, no. Like I said, he's seen it coming.
So he saw it.
He's seen it coming with me being involved in, I mean, so many things when it comes to creative. So he saw it coming. But one thing is, I'm a good child. I'm a good daughter. So all the time that he was trying to push me towards law, I did not object. I was still doing what he wants me to do, but I was doing my thing. So by the time he saw it, he realized that.
Did it affect your relationship to any extent?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, that's nice. I think you and Dad have a really cool relationship.
We are. I mean, not that I'm saying it looks like that. But when you're talking to him, the tension, you know, the tension. But I think at a point in time, he realized I can make my own choices in life. So, you know. So
you said you were making music. You said from Kumasi, right?
Yeah, I was in Kumasi.
Kumasi, you moved to Accra. Was this solely or major-wise based on the fact that you wanted to pursue music and you feel like Accra was the hub to do this?
Yes.
Okay.
Because I had tried reaching out to some bands in Kumasi at that time, and there wasn't much entertainment or stuff like that going on in Kumasi. So during vacations, I come to Accra a lot. So my sister was already living in Accra, so I was a TA.
Efe does everything. Efe does everything. She's like an embodiment of talent.
Like I said, I was into academics and stuff. I was like really, so I was a TA like on campus after school. So when I finished marking my last thing,
my goodness.
I told my lecturer, like my boss, like I left even before school ended. Like 1 month before we actually finished my national service.
How difficult was all this, Efe? Because you have a dream you're pursuing. As you said, you want to work to maybe fund your dream. For whatever reason, you're doing all these things, you know, hand in hand. Was it difficult? Did you find a way to balance it out? Did it become easy at any point?
For when it comes to balancing things out, I think I'm number one expert. I know how to multitask a lot. I think I don't know. They say men can multitask as much. I'm not a man, so I can say it. But for women, I can really do a lot of things at the same time, and each of them will still be in place. So it wasn't difficult for me in terms of scheduling. I just made sure the people around me understood. For example, my first job, I close on. I told my boss that on Thursdays and Fridays I need to go and rehearse. I need to go, out of the office early, So I worked so hard that it was easier for him to give me that opportunity.
Do so much to make up for.
And when it's lunchtime, it was a store building at that time, Ramses. It was a tech company. At that time, when it's lunchtime, I'll go to the third floor and I'll be shouting on top of my voice rehearsal.
Wow.
It's so funny at that time.
You have a very interesting story. And I think it's really, really inspiring. You know, your journey so far, how you talk about your relationship with your parents, how you feel like you didn't start music early, but how you're doing this, the fact that you can do so many things. Like, again, we're going to get to the fashion and how these things have inspired you. But it's so, so interesting.
I think I'm a very determined person, right? And when I set my eyes on something that I want to do this, I don't want to fail. So the fear of failure pushes me. Even if I fail, to me, it's not a failure. It's just more like, just a step back. I want to take a bigger step forward for me. And I would say that I made my intentions known everywhere I go. So the people I got to meet, they knew my passion. So like my boss knew I could, because automatically I sing. Like I'm just singing unnecessarily like like that. So you would definitely come to the she's a singer. But as far as taking it as a career, that was where I had a bit of conflict with parents. But
so in this space, right, in this music space, what would be success to you? Because you sound very passionate about this. Like you're working, you're making your music, you're doing all these things, you're letting your bosses and your friends know I can sing. During your lunch break, you're going to the last floor, to stretch your voice, your vocals, and you actually have an amazing voice.
Thank you.
So for somebody who loves what they do so much, and to what you're searching for, again, it being success, what does Efe Keyz deem as success?
If I'm able to perform my own show in front of 50,000 people, I think that would be like, I made it.
Can we get an amen?
I made it. I think that will be it for me. I see success in music as stability, for you to have that fan base of people who love listening to you, that people who wants to. Like I said, I grew up watching Beyonce and Co. So live performance is something that I really, really love. So having that audience, like the way Beyonce and other people tour, that for me is a huge success.
Well, one thing about music is when we all start on this journey, we just want to be heard. I mean, as time goes on, we get into the business side, what to do,
what
and
works
where
and
to
what
go,
doesn't
what doesn't work. But
the
most important thing is you just want to be heard. It's just like, I have this thing, I want to bring it out. And I'm very happy to hear that you're already doing this.
Thank you.
So to the fan base in a bit, but I want to know, are you still doing these things hand in hand, working, making music? Because, we have this notion, you can't live off music in this part of the world unless, you blow, so to speak. So how are you handling these things?
The truth is, even if you blow and you don't have a plan, you still won't make money.
No lies there.
Yeah, you still won't make money from it. I mean, when you're young, the focus is more on getting heard and going viral now or whatever. But when you get to the business aspect of it, you realize that we are failing a lot as a country, or maybe like as an industry, because we are not providing sources of income. Let's say in Ghana, right? Let's be honest. If all musicians should focus on getting shows, how many shows happen in a year?
Happen in a year, that's true.
How many shows happen
That's
in a
true.
year? We won't get shows to play.
That's true.
The big artists won't get any show to
Yeah.
play, you know. So, and talk about streams. Let's be honest about these streams then, because sometimes I see some of the big artists, fans blowing each other online about the number of streams their artists
My
have.
friend told me
and-
today, I don't know if it's true, but he said, 1,000 streams on Spotify is 10 CDs?
My dear.
I don't know how true that is, but please somebody
Because
confirm
one
it.
stream is $0.003.
Wow.
And that one you're sharing with your
Wow.
what do you call it?
Yeah, the streaming platform, I think, is going to take their share.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
wow.
it's so low. So unless you get into the billions kind of stream. And another thing too that is annoying is streams from Africa is low. As in the amount that they associate to a person streaming from Africa is lower compared to the amount maybe someone in America or UK.
Yeah.
Like
naturally, they have a wider fan base.
not even just that,
Is it because of the
we
size of
pay
the
lower
countries?
subscription to
Okay.
these platforms compared to them. So I from what I know, Sweden is the most highly paid. One stream in Sweden is like $12, or let me say, no, $3. I don't want to be wrong, because they pay a lot for subscription.
Oh.
But we Africans
The
don't
fans
like to
low.
pay
Okay.
for
So it's not
stats.
even just about the numbers. The
Yeah,
fact that 1,000 people can be paying small money.
Yeah, who is
Ah.
listening?
Okay,
So
okay.
if Africans are the ones listening and they are subscribing from Ghana, and even if you make 1 billion streams, the amount you get compared to, let me say, an American artist is
who
so
had maybe 200 million
low.
streams.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's so low. So who is listening is important. So
Wow.
when people, I prefer. That's why I really sometimes I don't care about Ghana that much when it comes to stream, because I know I'm not gonna get much from it, right? But if someone from Sweden, if someone from any of the UK countries is listening, I'm getting paid higher compared to
Yeah.
if my mother is listening to
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm very happy that you spoke on this, because the first thing when you said in my mind is, maybe because Ghana is small. But as soon as you went, I'm like, no, Nigeria is huge.
Yeah.
We have South Africa, we
Yeah.
have Kenya, Tanzania. So it's not about the size of the,
It's the
or
amount
numbers,
of
the amount
money
paid.
they pay for subscription.
Wow, that's very enlightening to
Yeah.
know. So how are you doing this? Because your music videos are amazing.
Thank you.
You're constantly releasing music.
Yes.
And you're always working.
It's magic.
Efe really has the keys, you know.
I do have the keys. It's magic. I see a lot of people ask me, like, they think like I have some like big sponsor be, pushing things. I'm like, no. I'm a businesswoman.
Okay.
I was raised by a mother who is like business minded. So when I started music and I got to a time and I realized that this music thing, if I don't wise up, I will not make money from it.
Okay.
Because let's be honest, I'm not an A-list artist, I mean, clearly, but people who are in my lane, most of us are not making money. Because we are not getting shows to play because they think we are not there yet. We don't have the fan base to maybe sell tickets and stuff. At the same time, too, streams are not that plain. So how do we manage? So you see a lot of creatives who are not, they're poor. They're just depending on other things. They make it, it's all settings. They make it look like it's the music which is paying, but it's not the music.
How do you feel about the fact that we've become so heavily focused on numbers? And it takes nothing away from people who have numbers, right? Because getting numbers is not easy. But it seems like it's gone to the point where when it comes to MCing, when it comes to DJing, when it comes to acting, when it comes to music, how many numbers do you have? It's not based on, can you do the work? And I've seen this so much. When I talk to creatives, they're like, Jay, because I don't have numbers, I'm not getting gigs. Because I'm not as seen as the next person. And doesn't mean I'm not as good as the next person.
Yeah.
But it's diluted right now to, How many numbers do you have?
I like the fact that you're saying this. I actually started this cute podcast of mine called Girl, I Get It. And this is one of the topics I talked about.
Okay.
That people are afraid to name their price because they don't have a certain following on social media. I recently watched a lady who has 15 years experience in makeup crying and ranting on social media that she is not getting gigs because she doesn't have the following and the 2 years experience and stuff are the ones making money. And she's an old lady, like maybe in her 40s. She doesn't have time to do content, and but she is clearly really good. So I like this topic that you just brought on board. I feel like you need to sometimes, how do I say it? Have a portfolio. The things that you do, right? Have a portfolio of it. And when someone requests to see your works, show them your work. Because me, for instance, if you're going to use my social media to judge me, then you give me a job. I do have quite a number of following, above almost 500K on Facebook, 17.5. But it doesn't really mean much to me. I'll say that because I'm not directly selling anything on Instagram to me. That I'm just showcasing my work for you to see a bit of it. But you cannot judge me based on my worth is not according to the number of followers I have or the number of people engaging.
So
can I do it? Can I do it? Yes, I can do it. Because people buy followers. Have you forgotten that?
Right.
Even comments.
Right. There's bots right now.
Comments is bot, and it's not. I'm not
people
saying
buy
that.
Streams.
Like monthly
listeners.
I'm not saying this because I think I know.
Yeah.
Because I know somebody who does that. I know a guy who can do that for you right now.
Spotify actually now, I think they tend to clear bots, and it's like millions. People lose millions of streams. So if now these industries are going to base worth on numbers alone. Anyways, I think it's an interesting topic. I'm sure, in the future we'll delve into this more because creatives feel lost right now. They feel like they're not accepted just because, again, it's solely a numbers game, which I don't feel it should be. But I'm also happy in your space, like you said on your podcast, you're talking about this because we're the mouthpieces for people who don't have these platforms, right?
We do.
In all of this, you're still releasing music.
I am.
Last year you had an amazing song, which we played, the intro, This Love. Was that also a true story? Because Juju was apparently a true story.
That Juju was a true story doesn't mean This Love was a true story. One thing is I get inspiration from my own life a lot. Funny enough, I've come to realize that the songs that I release is mostly a reflection of my relationship at every point in time.
Oh, goodness. What's going on?
Yeah, funny enough.
I hope Daddy's not watching this.
No. Daddy understands.
He understands. Shout out to Pops, man.
So it's not just me. You see, I read a lot. I'm the kind of person who reads a lot. I pay attention to a lot of things online. So sometimes I'm like, okay, I see people's stories and stuff. I'm like, okay, a lot of women are going through this. So, I mean, this is something relatable. If I release a song around this story or around this concept, people would definitely vibe to it. So, yeah, that also helps me. So This Love was one of the stories I think I had been seeing online a lot about,
Okay, because people really love that song.
Thank you.
It really did its thing. So that was late last year.
Yeah.
Late last year. Now this year you have two songs.
I do.
Knock. When exactly was Knock released?
Knock was released in, I think, March.
Okay, March. And not too long after the new one.
Yeah.
Why the timing? And I love to understand the timing of creatives, because now it seems like it's very important, studying the market. Is this person doing? Some artists don't care. They just let it go. Are you that type of person? Are you the one who studies markets? Is Efe Keyz the type of person like, I just want to let it out. I'll put it out. Do you study the genres, that are doing well?
Yeah.
Do you look at these things when
I
releasing
do.
music?
I do look at all of that.
Okay.
One thing I would say I haven't been doing well is releasing music. So apparently at one point in time, I was talking to somebody who I was pitching myself to, and the person wanted to see my catalog of music. And I had only 5 songs released since 2018. what have you been doing?
Yeah.
And
I'm sure when they hear the 5 songs, they're like, these songs are good. So
they're good, but then they want to hear more. So the person like, do you know the number of songs people release before they get a hit? Some people release like 100 songs before they get one hit, and you 5 songs you want to hit. So like the person told me you need to do much better, do more. So one thing that has been happening is I've been writing the songs, recording, but not releasing.
Why?
1, fans.
Okay.
And 2, because I think it's still boiled down to fans. If I don't have them, I'm the one pushing my music, right? So if I don't have the fans to push the music, I don't want it to come out and...
You're not on a record label?
No, I'm not.
You're not sponsored?
No.
You're doing all this by yourself?
Yeah, currently.
I think this is a very underrated topic and ability for a creative to fully fund their art. Again, it's on you. It's your dream.
Yeah.
But putting videos out, promoting, recording, mastering.
I am my own investor. If I don't believe in myself, nobody will. And I mean, if I want to go pitch myself to somebody, I should have something to show, right? Yeah. So I just make sure that I plan well before I release a song. So I'm grateful that I have a job in music because I perform weekly at places. So, I mean, the money I make, I reinvest some of it into my music, which is what has been sustaining me. So there's no big sponsor out there. I am the big man.
Wow. Are you open to being on a record label? Just want to know. Is something you think about? If somebody got a contract, somebody watching this, they believe in your talent, you're a pretty girl, they want to work with you. Are you open to that?
Yeah, but I think I am open, but I would definitely want to have a much more flexible contract.
Nice one. Yeah. Nice one. I like that a lot. I really like that you said that. Okay, new music. First of all, I must say I'm very impressed with the fact that you're doing all this yourself.
Thank you.
And it's something that should not be overlooked at all.
Thank you.
This new one, tell us about this one.
I Know What You Did Last Night.
Efe, I was in my bedroom.
No, you were not.
My battery died.
No, you were not. I Know What You Did Last Night. So here is me and Kojo dating, and Kojo tells me that he's asleep. But Kojo is not sleeping. Kojo is out there doing his thing, right? But me, over obsessive girlfriend who already have doubts, I follow Kojo secretly and I see all he does the whole night, right? And I don't interfere. I just take pictures and videos, right? And then I start hunting him. So I'm with him, but I'm hunting.
So as I've asked with the previous songs, is this by any chance a true story, or is this somebody's story?
This is not a true story.
Have you considered it before?
I have.
I had a feeling.
in my mind somewhere, I wish I would be that person. You wake up, I'll be standing on top with a knife. Oh my God, I wish I can do that, but I'm not obsessive person. Okay. Yeah, and I think I'm not the kind of person who will react to cheating like that. I'll walk away.
Okay, let me ask you this before we get to the song and before we wrap up. Why do you think, in your mind's eye, per what you've seen, relationships don't work out in this generation, in 2025? Everybody's complaining about relationships not working out. Since you make love music, I'm assuming if he has an insight, and like she said, she's got all the keys. Why do you think?
I think that the things that we consider traditional or the things that were keeping marriages before is not there anymore, right? So, for example, people are marrying for companionship and for family, right? Nowadays, women and men are, having kids out of relationship, from relationship. Yeah. So it doesn't seem like
the value
marriage is necessary anymore, because you can have a child without marrying. You can have sex without being married. The things that people were going into marriage for, you can get it now without being married. So
that's deep.
Yeah,
that's deep. Guys, shout out to our therapist for the day, She's helping us out, helping us deal with all our trauma.
I mean, one thing is for sure, men are realizing that being a provider responsibility, they can actually skip it. Women are also realizing that, oh man, we don't need to submit anymore. We can have our own money, and that's it. So it's just...
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy. So how's the response to this song been?
This song, I won't lie to you, people, the the voice, the way like the vocals were laid, the way the tempo, people come to me and tell me this is a hit, but I know a hit is when you get a lot of money to push it. So
can we get freestyle? Since you said vocals, and since you're an amazing singer.
Oh, please. I'm not stupid. I know what you did last night. You fooled me, Cupid. Made me believe that was love. Don't call me crazy. I know what I'm talking about, baby. I'm not just saying. I got it every day, right now. So if you got a girlfriend, let me know.
But when's your next show, please? I get a ticket. I'm just going to sit there and stare. For the 50,000 people, I'll be there too.
Please, when that time comes, be part of it.
Definitely.
You would definitely
do you also
enjoy
write
it.
your own music?
I do. Sometimes I get help. The song we played before this, Knock was actually co-written by Misty, a friend.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
Ife, I want to say, per this conversation, right? You're very honest. You're very transparent. I mean, you've spoken about family, about funding, about the fact that creatives go through so much.
Yeah.
And it's not the easiest thing to do, because in this space, when you're vulnerable, people take advantage. We know the court of public opinion. When it's out on social media, you can literally go online and say, oh God, thank you. Somebody will say, what are you talking about?
Because they have data. I mean,
exactly,
I agree with Sam George at a point in time. He needs to shut off our data so that people can just shut up.
But you're doing amazing at what you're doing, even chasing your dream the way you're chasing it. Again, being honest about you have to work to fund your dream is such a beautiful thing. And that's what I've gotten. But what do you want to tell fans, young guys and girls chasing the dream who are lost, in their own little way? What do you want to tell them?
I just want to say that this journey is, you see, music is a career, right? It's not a one-time come in, blow, go thing. And every career is a step. If you're not careful and you walk into a career with a major something and you don't get people to really handle things for you, you go down the drain. So take your time to build your artistry, right? Connect with the right people. I won't lie to you. I know as a woman, it will, especially as the young ladies, it might look easy for a man to say, oh, I can support your dreams, but then you need to be with me or something. I won't lie to you. Business first. Because when the man thinks, when sometimes most men think that you just want to do something or you just want to be famous, so they don't see it as a business aspect. Even if you get the funding now, continuous funding will be hard. They will just leave you hanging. So look at the business first. You need to always, I'm saying this from a personal experience, look at the business aspect first. There has to be a plan, a continuous funding. Otherwise, you will be left hanging. Record labels, well, they will come, but you need to be careful because I found myself in contracts that it actually broke my mental health. And I'm glad that I got out of it. So you just need to chase. I mean, now with social media, it's likely much more easier to put yourself out there compared to some previous back in the day. So just keep putting yourself out there and then find a way to make money from music, which a lot of people are not doing. They're making the music, but they're not making money from it.
I'm sure in our next conversation, just like you said, we'll talk about these contracts more, making money more, the business side. But thank you so much for coming through. So your songs are on all platforms.
They are on all platforms.
Apple Music.
Yes, exactly. And as you already know, the last night's out, so you can find on my YouTube, Efe Keyz official. My Instagram is Efe Keyz, and on Facebook is Efe Keyz Africa. Anything Efe Keyz.
Efe Keyz. The keys. Where's it from?
I have the keys. You just said that.
Wow, she's got the keys. I was right. Thank you again so much for coming through. Very, very insightful. I'm sure your fans are going to be very happy, you being as open and seeing these conversations. And like I said, here on Thread Special, we try our best to peel back some of the layers, when it comes to artists and their creativity. And this is your home. Please come through. Please find her music, buy her music. We've spoken about streams. It's not easy out here. But when you do, it's like an ecosystem. That's when you see the photo shoots, the performances, the traveling, the features, trickles down into the careers of these creatives. And when Efe travels, she's traveling with Ghana, basically. So please support these artists.